The Denver Broncos traveled to Houston to face off against C.J. Stroud and the Texans, and then only have to face C.J. Stroud for about a quarter and a half, roughly, as he takes a hit and goes down, and in comes Davis Mills, Mr. Longneck himself, and he tries his best. The offense can't really move the ball, and the Broncos do what they do best, and that is put together a winning fourth quarter. They outscore the Texans 10-0 in the fourth quarter, and therefore they win on a last-second field goal and win this game 18-15. Thoughts on this game, guys?
Boring.
Celebrate defense?
Yeah.
Yeah, celebrate defense, but still it was boring.
Valid.
It was really tough to watch and continue watching. It's just another eked out win for Denver, and somehow they're 7-2, which is insane. To say that, you have to feel bad for that Texans defense, because unfortunately they lost their savior in C.J. Stroud, and Davis Mills is atrocious. Maybe they should have considered more playing Graham Mertz instead of Davis Mills, which was a conversation we had at the beginning of the year. But I guess credit to the Broncos, credit to Denver. They're 7-2. That their defense responded after Houston had a really good week last week, and C.J. Stroud had a really good week, and it felt like maybe they got going and they shut down Houston in the one way I felt like they could beat him, which was a really good running back play, and Houston did not get that from Nick Chubb or Woody Marks. Bo Nix did not continue his trend of the last 5 quarters statistically, but they did enough, and they ended up winning this game on a field goal. But, man, it was a really tough watch. I love defense as much as the next guy, but it's also really tough to watch when you know that maybe the defense is elite, which it is, but the quarterback play is just not fun to watch them even attempt to try to beat the defense. It was a sad showing from Davis Mills and that Texans offense.
And Nix completes under 50% of his passes, so pretty unremarkable there. Another good day from J.K. Dobbins, 60 yards, a touchdown. No, sorry, not a touchdown.
They're getting R.J. Harvey more and more involved. He led the team in receiving.
Wow.
Which it was only 50-something yards, so once again, you're not going to have the best offensive output against Houston.
Yeah.
I still don't respect this Broncos team as a legit contender. But to give them some credit, this is kind of what you got to do against Houston because their defense is so good, is just go win the game. Like, it's going to be a grind, and they went and embraced the grind and pulled out a win. Kind of the padlock stat for me, Houston was 3 for 17 on third down. And there's just no way to extend drives when that's the case. That's just is straight up terrible.
Yes.
Yeah. And I believe that now makes, I'm sorry, the Cowboys was not, but another fourth quarter comeback for Bo Nix, which, while he may not be efficient or impressive, he's clutch. He puts up the points when it matters in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
So I want to make your Heisman case, as this is finally the year.
Yeah, this is his year for the Heisman.
Comebacks, close wins, exhilarating finishes.
But, yeah, is this the game I believe I said felt like a London game? You said
the Jaguars-Raiders game felt like a London game.
Felt like a London game, which turned out to be a high-scoring game because I think when I said it was a low-scoring game.
At halftime, the game, yeah.
It was 6-3 at halftime.
Yeah, and the Jaguars were involved, and that's London's team. So
yeah, but this is I could see like the kind of game where you walk away and be like, I feel like a London game. C.J. Stroud getting hurt, just weird things happening. Bo Nix completing under 50% of his passes. You got Davis Mills minutes, so just a weird game in general. And what JP said, boring. I mean, I don't think the best performance from either team, and hopefully not the best football we see from the Broncos. And then I don't know what to say about the Texans because without C.J. Stroud, I don't really expect improvements offensively. I don't think Davis Mills is going to be able to carry that offense with a poor offensive line play. At least C.J. Stroud won't be getting hit anymore this season behind that offensive line. So,
well, he's just in concussion protocol.
Yeah.
So he could be back.
Maybe he shouldn't be.
There's a case for that.
With that offensive line, okay. I don't know. Let me look at their schedule. They play the Jaguars next week. Depending on if he plays next week or not, do you think they're having discussions in that building about we're in the AFC South, the Colts are going to win that division? Given the re-injury rate of concussions and our offensive line, how eager are we to send C.J. Stroud back out there after we just saw what happened to Tua Tagovailoa 2 years ago, and how his career has quickly fallen apart behind a poor offensive line, multiple concussions in a short time period? I just wonder, is that something they consider, saying if we lose another game before C.J. Stroud is 100%, or another 2 games before C.J. Stroud is 100%, do they say we are not going to put you back out there behind the worst offensive line in the NFL and risk another concussion and potential destroying your career?
Maybe if they lose the next 2 games, they just can't play. But I don't think they can afford. They need this to work. This front office and head coach,
Yeah,
because they had the same issues last season, and this is what they did to address it, which was to trade away Laramie Tunsil, fire the OC, and it still looks like this. So I think they have to win games this year, and they can't afford to just eat losses and play Davis Mills on the chance you just re-hurt C.J. Stroud, whether that should be what they do or not.
Yeah.
They have to win.
And that's, I guess, the thing I forget about is because, when I manage teams with, there's no job at risk. You aren't having to, prove yourself to fans and to owners as, I can get the job done. Because in my brain, when you do a mock draft, you're not drafting with your job at risk. When you manage a team or play games in College Football 26 or Madden, your job's not at risk. So that is a big point to consider. But it is also, concussions are a scary thing. And the word, bad offensive line is just blindside shots waiting to happen.
Yeah, and I mean, we have legit concussion protocol. They won't be able to play him until he gets cleared. Obviously, I get the, re-concussion thing. You don't want to stack concussions. But at the same time, it's football. There's no way to, completely devoid yourself of that risk. There's just some risk assumed when you suit up and play.
Yeah.
So.
Probably holds a lot less impact because his concussions haven't been Tua's concussions.
Yeah.
They haven't been scary.
Sure.
But didn't Tua have concussions? He had concussions before the scary concussions.
I don't remember off the top of my head. He did. He had. Of course, the one we all remember on Thursday Night Football against the Bills last year. He also had one during a day game where he was knocked unconscious. He was put in
a stretcher.
Fencing.
Yeah.
He had the fencing posture. CJ hasn't had that, so maybe that plays a factor in it. It's his 3rd season in the NFL. I think we're on 7 or 6 for Tua.
Tua was drafted in 2019.
Yeah, so 6. It's one of those things that it's a problem right now, but maybe the sample size is not big enough to say that it's going to continually be a problem. A guy you can claim a guy is injury prone, or in this case, concussion prone. But if we go across 5 more seasons and he doesn't have one, he's not anymore. But the problem is people are going to see those first 2 to 3 early on and think that is what he is going forward. So I think you can't overanalyze it, psych yourself out, I think is what Jack was kind of getting at. Overreact, because you need to win games. He's your franchise quarterback. He's won the division twice in 2 years being there. And it's a poor year, and in large part it's not been his fault. It's been your own fault. It's also just been a health thing, just not having your pieces there in a lot of key spots.
Missing Tank Dell. You're missing wide receiver 2.
You're still a historic defense. You're giving up, I think it's 14.9 points per game now. It might be a little higher. It might be 15. It might be in the 15s, which meaning you just need to score 16 damn points. CJ can get you 16 damn points. If he had played the rest of this game, I'm pretty confident he would have won this one for Houston. So there's just, obviously, with what you saw with Davis Mills, albeit against one of the better defenses in the NFL, that can't be your answer going forward. And there's no reason to not go out there and try to win games and try to get into a wild card spot, because You're a little ways behind, but it's still achievable at this point in the season.